Hello everyone, welcome back to Array Blog once again. So in today's video, we will learn about file handling in C, one of the most important topics for real world programming. So by the end of this video, you will know how to open a file, write into it, read from it and close it, and even move around inside the file using fseek, right? So let's create a, so first the question is why file handling, right? So normally when we run a C program, data is stored in a variable and memory, but once the program ends, that data is lost. File handling allow us to store the data permanently in file like .txt or .dat. So what we will do, we'll first create a file that's say the text file, right? So suppose we have write this, that is a test.txt, right? We created a file test.txt, and so what we'll do, we'll just write a simple program that will basically open the file and start reading the file. And what we'll do, we'll just append some text inside the file. So we'll create another file that is that file.c to write the C program. Now what we'll do, we'll write the include studio.h. Now int, that is our main program. Right now we have to write, that is we have to define the file in file, right? Then semicolon, and now we have to write the fp equals to, that is f open, that will open the file, and we have to pass the file name, that is test.txt, right? And for open for writing into the file, what we have to do, we have to type w, that basically open a file and write something. So what we'll do, we'll just check if file is null or not. So if fp equals to null, then we'll say printf error opening file, and then \n semicolon, and then return 1, right? Now if the file is not there, then what we'll do, we'll just append something, that is a printf fp, that is file name, and the text we are going to write, that is a welcome to array blog, right? So welcome to array blog, right? And then semicolon, and we are going to append something else, like that is puts. So this is another text, right? And then we use \n, we forgot to use \n here, right? And then what we'll do, we'll just write the file name and then semicolon, and we have opened the file, so it is necessary to close the file. So we, and the file name we have to pass it here, right? And then return, right? So that is the basic simple program that basically write two lines. We have appended two lines here in a test.txt file, right? So what it does, we are declaring a file. Now we are opening a file and we are checking if file exists or not. So it's a error opening file. Now we are appending the two text. First one is welcome to array blog, and second one is this is another text file. So what we'll do, we'll just compile it, gcc file.c-o, that is file, right? So we have successfully compiled it. Now what we'll do, we'll run it file. So we have made a mistake, that is that we have to type the file So it's created a file. Oh, we have written a wrong file name here. That's why it created a text.txt automatically. And what it does, it appended the file. It appended the text that is welcome to array block. And this is another text that tool line we have written in the program, right? So let me delete this. That is test.txt because we have somehow misplaced this, and we created another file that is text.txt. So this is our simple program that creates the file and appended something inside the file, right? Now, now the question is we want to read the file. So what I'll do, I'll just comment this part in this code, and I will do again. So what we need, we need this file. So I'll just copy paste it here. That is, we are declaring the file. Now what you'll do, will define the character, that is, we'll take buffer. That is, buffer is basically you can define as 100, right? Now we have to open the file. So what we'll do, we'll just copy paste this line. So what we are doing, we are opening a file, but instead of writing it, we now need to read it, right? So we have to pass the R. Now again we will check if is there any error to open the file or not. So we'll just uncomment this, and we forgot this line basically. So what we'll do, we'll just try to write it here, and then what you'll do, then we'll write a loop while fgets. So what it does, fgets basically give us the whatever the data inside, and we'll define the buffer 100, and then fp, right? Fp is basically our file that we are trying to open it now, and we have to type that is not equals to null. It means the file is not null. And printf, and then ampersand, it's printf then percentile s, because we are reading a string, and then buffer. And what we'll do, we'll just add the semicolon here, and the file close, and the file name, and now return 0. That's it. So that's our simple program to write to read something from the file. So let's compile it again, as we have compiled this. So we have compiled this again. Now we have to run it. See, it's a welcome to array block. This is another text. So we have successfully read it. Now, so the summary is, we have used fopen to open a file, f, and see here, we have uses the fprintf or fputs to write into the file. Now and there is another thing, that is fclose, we are using to close the file. And there is another thing we have used, that fgets, that read from the file. And there is another thing, that is fscanf, you can also use that for read to the file. And that's all about file handling in C. So this is super useful when real project like saving logs, reading configuration, or storing user data. So if you learn something new, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more C programming tutorial. See you into the next one.